Hello, good morning. Welcome to another Marvel Champions live stream. Today we are continuing on in the Magneto challenge. So the challenge that Josh from Get Up in Game proposed. Hey, Istari, what is up? It's been a while. How are you doing? Good to hear from you. Good to see you. It's yeah. So Magneto challenge that Josh proposed, taking the 4 X-Men against Magneto in expert, drafting the different aspects and trying to push through and get a win. Busy, all is good. Excellent. I'm glad to hear that all is going well for you. I've been absolutely loving Lord of the Rings recently. I just finished up the Heirs of Numenor box, and so next Wednesday we're moving on to the Steward's Fear. That was a brutal box. That was a brutal box right there. But happy to have you. Happy to have you. Yeah, so we tried and ran our head against Magneto a couple of times with Phoenix Protection, where I think Protection is probably going to be the weakest aspect against Magneto. Now that I'm looking at it, that may not be the case, but we'll see. And I was trying to run it against Phoenix because I think Phoenix may have the strongest matchup against Magneto. However, I did a couple of practice games. I did a little deck building off stream, and we are actually going to be taking it on with Scott Summers' Cyclops today in Protection. Sorry, you've been watching, just not live, unfortunately. Well, thanks for watching. I appreciate that. Oh, yes. So Cyclops Protection against Expert Magneto. And so I'm hoping to get Protection out of the way, and then we can move on to some of the other aspects that I think are going to be a little bit stronger of a matchup against Magneto, and we'll see how that goes. I did the deck build off stream. I meant to build the deck, but I think Marvel CDB, at least on my end, was down this morning, and so I wasn't able to input the deck into CDB. I will do that before the YouTube video gets posted, so if you're watching live, unfortunately we don't have that right now. However, if you are watching live or on YouTube, I want to give a quick thank you to the sponsors of this video. This stream is being sponsored in part by 1985 Games, who do role-playing accessories. So they do a lot of things to spice up your role-playing career. It's not necessarily anything that is game locked. They are game agnostic, and so it's a really cool company that goes through and helps you with either player or GM, DM type accessories. So you can check out that link, and if you buy from that link, that does also support the stream. So appreciate anyone who is interested in that doing so. So let's talk about the deck a little bit. So we have a very heavy ally deck with Scott Summers, so Cyclops can include X-Men allies from any of the 4 aspects, and that's kind of why I leaned into him with Protection, because I was thinking that he may be able to offset and pull in some of the stronger cards that we need, because with Magneto we need a lot of thwarting at the beginning and then a lot of damage there towards the end. So we've got Wolverine, Angel, Professor X, Rockslide, Blindfold, Colossus, Magic, Beast, Iron Fist. Iron Fist is key here, and Polaris. So all of these are X-Men except for Iron Fist. And what I found, and I will say that I do have a couple of wins with this deck. I practiced a lot yesterday, so I do have a couple of wins with this deck. What I found is that once you do get through the side scheme kind of storyline, and you're able to remove Steady from Magneto, allowing him to be stunned more easily, then stunning him is really strong, because then you're not adding magnet counters, and that can be very, very good because the magnet counters can be brutal. So Iron Fist is very strong in stunning because he's able to do it twice, and then we're running 3 tackles. And so the tackles are also adding to that stun. So it's a pseudo Sunlock deck, but with also heavy allies, because we do need a lot of damage, considering we have 42 hit points to get through before we beat through Expert Magneto. We have Utopia in here to start readying. Either Scott Summers, typically it's not. Typically I'd rather be readying Wolverine, especially once he has these protective training attachments on him, taking him up to 7 health. then being able to ready him for multiple hits is very, very nice. Or we can ready Scott, and then Scott's going to be here using his thwart. What I have found is that we push heavy through here, and then we kind of switch over to damage mode, and we try not to let the main scheme progress, but we don't go completely out of our way to save it, if that makes any sense. Damage is key here. If you go with the long game against Magneto, you're going to lose, and so that's kind of the problem there. We're running 3 copies of Mutant Protectors. I really like Mutant Protectors here, especially with all of the allies, and we're not running a Jocasta. I found that with all of the allies, I typically am able to set up a Mutant Protector and have a X-Men in my hand at the same time. Main targets for Mutant Protectors are going to be Rock Slide, they are going to be Beast, and if we have to, Professor X. Blindfold's also not a horrible one. Polaris is actually really good too, because she's able to give a tough status card. So you can actually Mutant Protectors Polaris, give her the tough, and then she'll soak with the tough. So that's kind of nice. But really, if we can Mutant Protectors Rock Slide in for a minion attack, get him out for a 1 cost with the Retaliate, that's really where we're going. I don't think I've paid the full cost for Rock Slide. I think Rock Slide's mainly in there for Mutant Protectors. Of course, things may change, who knows, but Mutant Protectors is pretty solid. We have the X-Jet team building exercise, and then our doubles. So not necessarily a super complex deck. It is kind of just full of allies, and that's kind of the game, is letting Scott try and take care of threat as much as he possibly can, and then let the allies do the damage. The priority target, or not priority target, I'm sorry, what is it called? Exploit weakness. Exploit weakness can do some very heavy lifting. So if you have 3 allies, Scott, and then a optic blast, that exploit weakness is 5 damage. And if you have Utopia, you can ready and start doing more. And so exploit weakness, I found, is really excellent for a late game push, either pulling it with tactical brilliance or using Scott Summers' constant training ability to go grab it. So there is a lot of flexibility in this deck to get the cards that you need when you need them. It's just, is Magneto gonna let you survive that long? And that's kind of what I found. Is it's a tough matchup. It's very tough. One thing I will say is that I did make a mistake in the last video. I probably made multiple mistakes, but one of the mistakes that I made is this magnetic missile card. So this says defeat a sentinel minion, then take 5 damage. I was playing this that even if there was not a sentinel minion in play, I was taking the 5 damage. However, that then word right there says that you must complete the previous statement in order to fulfill the next one. So if you do not defeat a sentinel minion, you do not take the 5 damage, and that makes that a lot easier. And so this surges if there is, well, this surges regardless, but the danger here is, like, if you have there's only 1 sentinel in here, which is the Mark 5, the M-type sentinel. And so you don't want to have him sitting there with like 1 health left and then draw that magnetic missile. Hey D20, you played this wrong the first time too. So happy when I was, oh my gosh, it made my day. I was actually, like, I think it was Josh who pointed that out in the Discord, and I was playing a practice game, and I had just won after taking 5 damage from that. Well, I negated it, but I mean, it just disrupts your flow so much. It was crazy. Maddie, so what aspects heroes are we left with? All of them. We are left with all of them. I never got a win with Phoenix. I never got a win with Protection. However, we have switched it up. We're going Cyclops Protection. And if we get Cyclops Protection out of the way, I think, depending on if we can get it, when we can get it, we'll probably move on to, I'm thinking Shadowcat Aggression is probably the next one to go to. But just because, one, I've played I just played Phoenix. I've played Colossus on stream a lot, and so I also just really love Shadowcat. So I want Shadowcat to get her time in the spotlight. So I'm thinking that if we get the win here relatively early and we're not streaming for 4 hours just beating our head against Magneto with Cyclops protection, we'll switch into Shadowcat. FYI, I'll be lurking because you're meeting a deadline. Good luck with meeting the deadline. Okay, so asteroid in, we set the orbital decay side scheme, which is that one, and then we put boarding party side scheme into play with 3 threat on it. This flips over. We threat out at 5. Once we place a magnet counter here, we check and see if we have 3 or more. Then we discard cards. That's another mistake I made, actually. We discard cards until we get a magnetic card, resolve it, and then remove 3. So a lot of the magnetic cards may reference how many magnet counters are on the main scheme. You're not removing 3 until you do that, so that can be pretty tough. We got a mutant protectors in our opening hand, a practice defense. We got X-Jet, which is really nice, a tackle, an exploit weakness, and a magic. This is actually a really poor first hand for us. We could go practice defense just to have for Magneto if we need it. Exploit weakness isn't going to do much for us. Tackle, we can still stun Magneto. He is steady. So like we can hopefully get through the boarding party and then maybe trigger that stun later. I don't want to play magic. Magic allows us to shuffle in a minion, which actually is really helpful. Has been really helpful. Let's go ahead and we're gonna mulligan 5. That kind of hurts a little bit, but let's hopefully, there's Utopia. I want to double. There's a protective training. There's my double. Another tackle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, and a second double. Let's go. Okay. The other thing that I have found that you really need to kind of count here is, do you want to go tutor? Do you want to use constant training? And like the answer here is we don't need it for the payment of anything, right? So we've got Utopia. X-Jet protective training is actually like a floating resource, so we don't actually even need, we're overcosted in our hand because we also have the X-Jet. So I guess like the only thing that I could argue is they can get a practice defense so he's not hitting us as hard. So let's go ahead and just do that. Practice defense, and we'll go ahead and just throw that on Magneto so he is not swinging at us for a 3, because we will be rolling up. We want to push through this side scheme as quickly as possible. Unfortunately, we don't have any allies, but we're getting built a little bit. So let's see how it goes. Let's go ahead and flip up the Cyclops. We'll use we may hang on to a tackle, actually. Let's use a double and a protective training to throw X-Jet down onto the table. Give us those resource generators. We will double for a Utopia. So if each of your allies has the X-Men trait, increase your ally limit by 1. This is really nice. However, Iron Fist can kind of throw a wrench into this. And so the deck functions around 3 allies on the table. But if we have the ability to throw 4, then we're good. We're good. All right, 4th. Let's go ahead and throw practice defense on Magneto. We'll toss a tackle. Let's thwart this boarding party. Let's get that out of there. Or start getting that out of here. It is a little sad. I do wish Phoenix was back with her 3 thwart. That is very, very nice. Okay, so we'll stand up. We got a full blast. Does not really help us here. There's our Iron Fist. Tactical Brilliance. Protective Training. Blindfold. 2, 4, 5. Okay. Okay, so we'll throw 1 here. Magneto will attack us for 2, plus a boost card. We'll take it to the face. Plus 0. Huge fan of that. So we'll take 2 and throw a magnet counter on the main. So D20, have you taken down Magneto yet? Our encounter card is caught off guard. No. Oh no. Okay, that's brutal. Okay, well, Utopia's gone. Okay. I want to get Iron Fist onto the table. The practice defense is also temporary, so it gets discarded at the end of the round. What I'm looking at is could I do Tactical Brilliance, pull back a card, and then I would be 1 short to play Iron Fist. I could get Blindfold into play, and then hopefully get Iron Fist back later. See, this is the tough decision, and this is immediate benefit versus long-term payoff, and so I'm trying to figure out where we want to put our money. I think we're gonna go the immediate payoff. Probably is gonna burn me, but that's fine. Let's go ahead and use the X-Jet and oh nope. Let's first thwart 2 off of the boarding party, which flips us into Sabotage Master Mold. Boom. Then we will use X-Jet and a Full Blast to play Tactical Brilliance. Remove 3 threat from a scheme. Boom. Choose a tactic card in your discard pile and add it to your hand. We'll take Practice Defense. When this is defeated, we put Orbital Decay into play with 3. And so we can... we need to get him to lose steady. Okay. So then we'll use these 3 to play Blindfold. When Blindfold enters play, we are able to look at the top 5 cards of the encounter deck, discard 1 of those, and put the rest back in any order. Okay, we got an Advance, a Zeal for the Cause, Shadows of the Past, Metal Shards, and an Under Fire. So, boost, encounter, boost, encounter, boost. So Advance being a boost of 0, I'm more inclined to just take the 3 to the face rather than sacrifice Blindfold for that. And then we would, well, Zeal for the Cause kind of throws all of this. Yeah, this isn't great because Zeal for the Cause, we don't have any Acolyte minions, so we would discard cards until we get a minion, meaning that none of these really help. Or these won't be in the same order because we'll have to we're just gonna discard. It is nice to see Shadows go. It is nice to see Metal Shards go. It is nice to see Under Fire go. But like if we can't discard Zeal for the Cause because then we draw Shadows, and I don't want Shadows to come in right now. So yeah, so I guess like I don't know. We'll toss Metal Shards. We're gonna get a minion, which is better than Shadows, I guess. I have started just doing this, so putting them face up, just so it helps me a little bit. So Blindfold is going to thwart 2 off of Orbital Decay. We'll stand up. We've got an Angel, Priority Target, Ricochet Beam, another Ricochet Beam, and a Mutant Protectors. Angel would immediately die, and I think I'd just rather... Well, I guess... Okay, so let's do the math a little bit here. So 1 card and X-Jet can pay for Angel, which means that we would have a Ricochet Beam, dealing only 3 damage. So the other option would be if we could have Priority Target. Well, we still would have to play Mutant Protectors and Angel for the X-Jet, so it's the same math either way. So we'll just get Angel onto the table next turn, and then use a Ricochet Beam for 3. My draws have not been Not been my favorite so far. Okay. So we got 1 here. Magneto's going to hit us for 3. We'll take it. So it's going to be... The advance is gone. We'll take 3. We're down to 5. Then we have Zeal for the Cause. When revealed, resolve the when defeated ability of each Acolyte minion engaged with you. If you are not engaged with an Acolyte minion, discard cards from the encounter deck until a minion is discarded and reveal it. There goes a Magnetic Missile, which is nice. M-type Sentinel. Guard. When this is defeated, we give Magneto a tough status card. The other thing that I found is I kind of just leave that tough on Magneto until I'm ready to go for him, because he has so many ways in this encounter deck to get tough cards. And then Angel and Ricochet Beam can actually take out an M-type Sentinel, so that is nice there. We need a magnet counter. Okay. So, my turn. Ooh, actually, could we priority target? So if we priority target, meaning that whenever we defeat the attached enemy, we get to draw 2 cards. Carol Guy Nelson, stop enabling Jason. Tell him Legendary is bad. But it's not. I'm not going to lie to him. Legendary is a really good game. I played so much Legendary. That was one of the first games I ever bought, actually. It was like that, Pandemic, Eldritch Horror, Small World, Summoner Wars. Nelson, no! So I can't speak to the game today, but I think I stopped collecting around 2016, where I have boxes of Legendary downstairs. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. I haven't played it in forever. Like a lot of times people like to compare these two games, and I don't think that's a fair comparison at all. I think, yeah, I don't think that's a fair comparison. Okay, so it's a good game though. It's a good game. So if we go priority target, we can do a. We can go X-Jet, Mutant Protectors for an Angel, and a Optic Blast, discarding Ricochet Beam, can take care of the M-type Sentinel, triggering priority target, and drawing us 2 cards, Mutant Protectors and a Field Commander. No. Mutant Protectors just works so good for minion attacks, not necessarily like a villain attack. You had it for like a year. What did you think of it? Did you like the Legendary system? The problem is that there's just other deck builders I like more at this point. It is a cooperative deck builder, which is fairly unique, but I don't know. The other thing that I have thought, I'm just trying to talk through strategy because I've played this matchup a couple of times, is I'm okay losing the main. The main does not have horrendous things. We play some magnet counters, which isn't good. But what I have found that I'll do if I don't have Confuse in my hand is when we're at like 4, I'll roll, or when we're at 3. So like at this point, I may roll down, place, and let him just scheme way over, and then we flip in. Oh, I just completely missed your previous message. Right, still have Gloomhaven sitting behind me, which you haven't played. Haven't played Legendary. Been trying to avoid another card game since I'm learning to get into Arkham. I would recommend Arkham over Legendary. They are very different games though, so it's not a deck construction game. So you're building the deck while you're at the table. So you start with like 10 cards, and then you're using the money to build into a deck while you're sitting there. Like cards come out in a market type setting, and you buy cards for your deck there. So it's more of a deck builder rather than like Marvel Champions or Arkham, where it's a deck construction. I don't know how it plays solo. If you play a lot of solo games, I have not tried it solo, but it works fairly well with multiplayer. I will say the core game is not as good as I want it to be. I would rather see more. The Dark City expansion makes it really, really good. Or no, makes it a lot better. I wouldn't say really, really good. Makes it a lot better. Okay, so so if we no, if we flip down, we're losing this, regardless of if it's at 0, we may not. But I don't know if that's something I'm willing to risk. I may actually just get no. I don't want Field Commander. Is it just Ricochet Beam to knock off the Tough? That just feels like very bad. um, let's go ahead and I could use Cyclops to knock off the Tough. Leave Orbital Decay out there. I'm ready to get Orbital Decay gone. We could okay, so we could knock this Tough off. With Cyclops, hit Ricochet Beam for 3, and then we could have Blindfold, Thwart down, Orbital Decay, roll down. We lose Blindfold, but that's, I mean, we still have a blocker and Angel, and we have a lot of allies still in our deck. Like, we've drawn into like 0 of our allies. Hey, Silers. How you doing? I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to knock this Tough off. We're going to use these 2 to play a Ricochet Beam, deal 3 damage to an enemy. 1, 2, 3. And then deal 3 damage to an enemy with an upgrade attached. We don't have that, so. Okay. We'll have Blindfold, Thwart off Orbital Decay. Flipping into Magneto loses Steady. And Blindfold dies. We're going to flip down. We're not going to use the Constant Training ability, and we will ready up. So we got Professor X, Ruby Quartz Visor, Protective Training, Rock Slide, and a Phoenix. Oh, no. So many good cards. We'll figure out what we're going to do. Okay, so we'll place 1 threat here. Magneto will scheme for 2 + 2. So we would have been fine if we had thwarted down the main, but here we are. The one issue with this is now if we draw into something that deals with however many counters there are, that could be very dangerous. So place 1 magnet counter here. If Sabotage Master Mold is not in the victory display, the first player searches the encounter deck and discard pile for an M-type Sentinel and minion and reveals it. It is in the victory display, so we don't have to do that. This comes in, we place 1 magnet counter, so we're at 3. We place it actually before we flip, so we don't resolve the forced response. And then we have 1 threat starting out. Our bad card is going to be Oh, that's not supposed to be in there. I drew shadows in my last game. Let me go ahead and just take out all of Cyclops' stuff. That's funny. No. Okay, cool. D20 trying to up the difficulty. Get it? Magneto is just too easy. It's true. He's just kind of there, right? Whatever. Magneto is Magneto. He can do whatever. He's not that good. So our bad card is Fabian Cortez. Teamwork Acolyte, Villainous. When defeated, the player who defeated Fabian Cortez discard cards from the encounter deck until an Acolyte minion is discarded, then puts that minion into play engaged with them. I don't like Fabian Cortez. I don't like that man at all. Do not like Fabian Cortez. We're going to go ahead and go find a priority target. I think we still have one of them in here. Yep. So we'll take a priority card target using Scott Summers' ability. Um, let's go ahead and flip up to Cyclops. Let's go ahead and put priority target on. So, okay, so now I'm trying to do the math on because we're gonna get another acolyte minion. What do we do with, like, if we go Phoenix, we can grab a card and play Ruby Quartz Visor and then take care of Fabian, and then we have an attack of 4, which takes care of a lot of them but not all of them. But yeah, no, I think that's the right call. Whoa, highlighted. So many messages. I was not paying attention. I'm sorry. Jason, Nelson said legendary is terrible and you don't want to get it. Nelson, shh, don't say anything. You can draw up to 6. You're an alter ego. You're right. Thank you. I'm insane. I watched 2.5 hours of someone playing legendary last night, halfway through spending all the monies on it. Thank you. Thank you for highlighting. You had 7 cards in your hand with your constant training ability. This is hilarious. We need sound alerts for them. Yeah, I'm just over here in my like zone. I need to figure out how to, or blinky lights. Yeah, I need to figure out how to do sound alerts or something. Thank you. Thank you. That does change the math a little bit. Yeah, so Jason, if you are going to dive into legendary, I would say buy Core and Dark City. Core was so easy, and I did not like it until I actually bought the Dark City expansion, which is like the first big box expansion, and that made it a lot more difficult. There is a lot of modularity in it, so I am like, I don't love the game. I think it's a good game, but I don't love it. What sleeves are you using? They look really good. These are the Dragon Shield clear matte sleeves. I have some right here. So they are a little bit more on the expensive side, but they are very, very durable. I highly recommend it. Everything that I use is in here. Hey, thank you for the follow, Trisons. But yeah, so the clear matte, you can buy them in bulk. You can usually get around 1,000 sleeves for like $70 to $80, depending on where you're buying them from. I think eBay, or like if you have access to conventions, usually they have fairly good deals going on. Core, Dark City, and everything else. And you can help me with the sound alerts. I appreciate that. Yeah, that would be great. That'd be great. Let's talk after this. Core, Dark City, and everything else. I would start with those two just to make sure that you like the game. Okay, so yeah, that does change the math a little bit. I still think that we want to go X-Jet and Protective Training to get Ruby Quartz Visor onto the table. Then we can go, yeah, we'll go 3 damage from Ruby Quartz Visor to Fabian, and then we'll ping him for 1. I'm at 5. I'm starting to be able to have a good amount of blockers, so I think I would be using Dragon Shield if I didn't already sink so much money into Titan Shield. Although if I get extra money, I may bite the bullet and go full swap to Dragon Shield. I did a full swap to Dragon Shield from these Ultra Pros, and this is actually what my villains are still in, are like these Ultra Pro sleeves. And the Dragon Shield is just just significantly better. I can't speak to Titan Shield. Yes, D20, the sponsor is 1985 Games. They are sponsoring this stream and this series. Right now, they do RPG accessories. Awesome people. But that cost me like $300-ish. That is a problem. That is a very big problem with that. So Cyclops is going to take out Fabian, triggering priority target, allowing us to draw 2 cards, Team Building Exercise and Tactical Brilliance. We're going to discard until we get an Acolyte minion. Ooh, there goes our 4 boost. That's nice. Oh, Delgado, of course. Retaliate 1, 6 health. This is where I wish I had magic. I don't like Delgado. Okay, so team building exercise. Phoenix. You have Dragon Shield for your Magic the Gathering cards, or roll Dragon Shield or Katana. Katana sleeves are awesome, but so expensive. I've heard really good things about Katana as well. They shuffle super well, don't gripe too much. Don't grip too much, but they aren't super slidey. Yeah, that's one of my favorite things about these sleeves is like because they're the matte ones, they don't slide. They have really good adhesion, and so you can they're not sliding all over the table, which is really nice. This Retaliate one, I hate this guy. I hate him so much. Okay. So we could go Tactical Brilliance to pull a card. I want team building exercise on the table, especially because I know Wolverine is coming in probably our next hand, if not our second next hand. So I want to get Wolverine onto the table because Wolverine is going to be the one that does the majority of the work here. So team building exercise helps us with that. Colossus is also kind of an interesting choice here because he gets toughness, and I don't know if I need Phoenix for pulling a card because we're just going to lose the card. Okay, so let's do that. Let's go Tactical Brilliance and Phoenix to play team building exercise. I guess the other question is we have 1, 2. I think we passed all 3 of our mutant protectors, so no need to hang on to an ally. Got team building exercise. We'll use team building exercise. Toss a Rock Slide and a Professor X for a Colossus. Colossus is reduced his cost by 1 if we have the X-Men trait, which we do, and then he comes in with toughness. So we'll have Colossus take this hit, and then we will probably soak the hit from Delgado. I hate that Retaliate. Retaliate is so brutal. 6 damage. I'm trying to figure out what I can do. I guess, okay, so let's look for our upgrades. So we have priority target here. Priority target. Perfect defense. We passed them all. Exploit weakness. No, we still have 1 exploit weakness in our deck. And the exploit weakness would allow us to kill Delgado without taking any damage, right? Because this gets piercing and range, so we would not retaliate. And that would be 4 damage, and then we could swing in with someone else to kill him and not take any retaliate damage. So now I'm actually trying to figure out if I'd rather go. Yeah, okay, so instead of playing Colossus, we're gonna play Phoenix. We're gonna use Colossus, same cost and everything. So Phoenix comes in, we're gonna take priority target into our hand, and then we'll use Angel to hit Magneto for 2, Phoenix for 2, and we'll use Angel as a blocker. We'll soak Delgado, and then we have a priority target next turn because I'd rather use priority target. That doesn't give us enough damage. That's fine. I'd rather use priority target. We can lose an ally. If we draw Wolverine, that actually does give us enough damage. So let's ready. There's Wolverine. Tactical Brilliance. Genius, so 2, 4. And Exploit Weakness. Okay, so we got all the tools that we needed that we were looking for, but we'll put 1 here. Magneto is going to attack. Angel will step in and take it, so it's going to be 3 plus 0. There goes another advance. We're going to place 1 magnet counter. Check. We're going to discard Oh no, Magneto's helmet. So he cannot be confused. After we make a basic attack against Magneto, we can spend one of each resource to discard this card. He gets +1 scheme. So not a priority to get rid of right now because we've passed both of our advances. When we roll down, we can just time it so we can roll down when this is sitting at 5. So there's a little bit of play there. Well, it would be nice to be able to get rid of this if we get Professor X back in our hand. Wrong discard pile. Thank you. I do that all the time. I appreciate it. No, Angel will turn into Archangel and fight against you. Oh yeah, you're right. Yep, you're right. It is the correct discard pile. That would be a really sweet mechanic though. That'd be really, really cool. I would like that a lot. If they had a ally that when it was defeated, you placed either it or another card in the discard pile, and it like they come back and haunt you. That'd be kind of cool. Maybe if it's only defeated by like a enemy attack or something. Maddie, I think you're onto something here. Delgado will hit us for 2. Which we'll take down to 3. That's another reason we may want so much damage. Master Magnetism, and this is down to. Oh wait, hold up. No, we're good. Remove 3. Take the topmost. Oh no, take the topmost magnetic card in the discard pile. Give it to him as a. Ooh, it's a 4, and he's activating against us for 3. Phoenix is gonna step in and take this. So 3, 7. This ally defeats an. If this attack defeats an ally, place 1 magnet counter on the main scheme. Okay, so that puts us at 3 magnet counters. This is where it can just spiral out of control. There goes Exhaustion. That's nice. Unizone. You are stunned. Take 1 damage for each magnet counter on the main scheme. Oh, that's game. That's game right there. Ouch. Bummer. Oh, ho, ho, ho. That's too bad. I'm not sure how. Maybe I should have recovered instead of using the 1 attack to take out the previous minion. I'm not quite sure what the play there would have been, but so like a reverse Mystique, but good. Yes. That might be a cool modular. That would be a really cool modular thing. Yep. Gene counter 1000. Would that make leadership harder? Would it make it the other aspects harder? Ooh, that's a good question. Also, all of these went in the wrong discard pile. So to be clear, if this is Josh's challenge, did he actually beat him? No. Well, we were going to do the. Well, I don't know. I think that he has beat Magneto. I know I was talking with him earlier. He had not played the campaign yet. I don't know if he's beaten with all of the aspects in this situation, but he was asking, or I asked what I should stream because we were going to do another 4-player, but some stuff got in the way of that. And so we were not able to do a 4-player. So I asked what people wanted to see, and he suggested this. So I'm not sure if he has done it or not, but here we are. Okay, we got it. I forgot about that well, I guess like I wasn't expecting him to activate twice. I don't know. It would have been probably smart to. I need to remember that I can take damage on that magnetic flip. That's always tough. Oh, we put 3 on that turn because it was the ally, because he defeated an ally. That was just tough. Dude, I want to fight Claw, but give him all the Sentinel modulars. Oof. That'd be cool. That'd be pretty cool. Speaking of campaigns, Galaxy's Most Wanted doesn't have one. There, it's called a campaign. Yes, that is so very true. Galaxy's Most Wanted is a very or not very. Yeah, it is. It's significantly harder than all the other ones. Oh my goodness. Especially Collector. Hey, Beast Snow, thank you for the sub. I appreciate you. 5 months, yes sir. Building that Iron Man armor. Yes, if you are a subscriber to the channel, for depending on how long you've been subscribed, you start building Iron Man's armor. So that is what is next to all of the subscribers in chat. They have cool Iron Man armors starting to get built up. I don't know. I don't think anyone has. I think it's like 12 months you build the full armor, and then there's at I don't remember the steps. The next one he's just like taking off. He's like on fire. Karokai, I don't think I can fit all my cards in the Infinity box now, but I'll take, even if I take out the aspect cards. Jeez. Yeah, I have the big like cardboard box that I use over here, and I've taken out all my heroes, and this is starting to get full again. Just kind of excited. Karokai, subscribe to tier 1. All the subs. Thank you for the sub. Woohoo! Today's a good day. Wasn't expecting to get subs after losing that poorly. Funny. Alrighty, let's see what we got. Well, first let's do toughness here. Boarding party is there. It's a pity sub. Well, I'll take it anyways. Kirakai also is building Iron Man's armor. Okay, let's see if we can get something better. We got team building exercise, ricochet beam, tactical brilliance, exploit weakness, tackle, and a full blast. So tactical brilliance I'm probably going to hang on to just because it clears a full side scheme here. You don't know if you should get another infinity box or a smaller box. I would so the infinity boxes are really cool. My hesitation on getting another one right now is like there will be content to fill it eventually, right? Because they're going to continue to print this game. But I'm wondering if it's Tesseract, right? Tesseract does the infinity box. I'm wondering if they're going to put out something bigger. I already told you in Discord, get 6 of them, you might get a discount. And you get a discount by 6 infinity boxes. That'd be insane. What is the Marvel Champions campaign? So there's each box, so there now 5 different campaigns, I think. There's Rise of Red Skull, Galaxy's Most Wanted, Mad Titan Shadow, Sinister Motives, and Mutant Genesis. So the campaign is, if you're familiar with Arkham, it is not as tied together as that, but it's 5 villains, and you take one hero through the 5 villains, and they have like rewards based on how you do. So like Magneto is the 5th villain in this new campaign box, and so you can play them separately as like one-off encounters, or you can go and do them like strung together as like a campaign where they are kind of like there's a story tied to them. So it's the campaigns are not why I play this game. I think it works so much better just as like sitting down and playing a game, but the campaigns can be fun. Karokai, or in Great, I always read that as Great Western Trail. Galaxy's Most Wanted, to get punished for playing well. Yep. Hype Train. I just want a Hype Train. Hype Train now happening now on Twitch. I don't even know what a Hype Train is, but thank you for the cheers. Go Hype Train. You have a limited time to earn exclusive emotes. Cool. Sub, gift, or use bits to get to the next level, where it's 75% of a Hype Train. These are things that I'm not sure what they are anymore. But go team. Let's go Hype Train. Okay, so team building exercise we can get down. Tactical brilliance, we'll clear this. I put the explanation in Discord, but I think Dead Man's Dyke within my reach last night. Yeah, Dead Man's Dyke. I'm not quite sure what that is. I'm sorry. I don't know what Dead Man's type is. We don't need any of these. So let's go ahead and mulligan into practice defense. More emotes. Let's go. What are those emotes? Those look so insane. Priority target. Iron Fist Mutant Protectors. Lord of the Rings scenario from Agmar. Oh, got it. Oh, so it's so satisfying when you are able to get it though. Okay. Getting Iron Fist onto the table will be really nice here. It's unfortunate, like it's like nice but not necessary, if that makes sense. So if we go priority target to pay for a tactical brilliance, to clear this, the boarding party side scheme, we get a tactic card back, so we would have 4 after we played that. I think getting team building exercise over Iron Fist is, but stunning is so good. We've passed 1 tackle. We have 2 more tackles in there, and those are all the stuns that we have. Do we get Iron Fist out there and let him sit there for a while until we can clear boarding party? Let's try it. I think that's probably the way to go. So we need to go ahead and tutor. Let's go practice defense. Nope, not priority target. Alrighty. Feeling better about this, I guess. Maybe. And we are an alter ego. All of our health is fine. Let's go. Flash, is Marvel Champions your favorite LCG? That is asking me to choose a favorite child. I always say yes. I think Marvel Champions is, I think it is my favorite LCG, mainly because of the nostalgic value. It's the one that I got into the LCG model with. However, the more that I play Lord of the Rings, the more that I think Lord of the Rings may be my favorite in terms of it's a better game. So maybe probably Lord of the Rings. If you sat me down and held a gun to my head and said, pick your favorite LCG, what is the best game? I think I would say Lord of the Rings. But I like to say Marvel Champions because it's the one that got me into the hobby. Let's go Lord of the Rings. It's so good. It is so good. Let's go ahead and flip up to Cyclops. We're going to use a practice defense and a mutant protectors to play tactical brilliance. Actually, ooh, hold up. Or do we have a mutant protectors. Just trying to explain my rationale here. Do we instead of getting Iron Fist onto the table, do we hope and pray that we pull into a mutant and we can use mutant protectors to soak a hit? No, I'm happy with what we're doing. Okay, so we got mutant protectors and a practice defense to play tactical brilliance, which will clear boarding party, flipping us over into sabotage master mold. Whenever we play tactical brilliance, we get to go grab a tactic card from our discard pile. So we got that. Let's go ahead and go practice defense, priority target, team building exercise, and exploit weakness. We have all of our tactic upgrades for an Iron Fist. Iron Fist enters with 2 mystic counters. When Iron Fist attacks, we can remove a mystic counter to deal 1 extra damage and stun that enemy. We could go ahead and do that. We could go ahead and do that. What makes it better? Scenario design? I would say I like the deck building process a lot more. So Marvel Champions, you're building a deck of 40 to 50 cards where 15 of the cards are set for you. Lord of the Rings, you're building a deck of 50 cards and 0 of the cards are set for you. And so there's so much flexibility in what you can do. And also with Lord of the Rings, like with Marvel Champions, you pick one aspect. With Lord of the Rings, you can pick any of the 4 aspects, and you have. Carol, my brain is so dumb. I just now realized you're doing protection Cyclops. Funny. Sorry. So you pick 3 heroes that you're going on the quest with, and each of those heroes is tied to one of the spheres of influence. They're called spheres of influence in Lord of the Rings. And you can include any card in your deck, but you can only pay for cards from resources that come from that sphere of influence's pool. So if you have a leadership hero, they will collect resources throughout the game, and any leadership card can only be played with the leadership resources. So if you have 2 leadership card or heroes, then you're doubling your leadership income, which allows you to lean heavier into higher cost cards. Whereas if you're like a tri-sphere, meaning that you're running 3 different spheres, you kind of have to figure out where you're going to get money to pay for some of your higher cost cards. And the decisions in Lord of the Rings feel so very satisfying and critical that it makes it so tense. I think that's the best way I can describe it. Is it's a very tense game, but also there's just so much more deck building space in Lord of the Rings, and that's my favorite part about the LCGs is the deck building. Like I've kind of said before that when I play LCGs, it's a reward for deck building. Half of that game is deck building, yeah. I would also say that the scenarios are more interesting and more varied, right? So with here, you're going against one villain, you're dealing damage. It's all of them, but maybe one with like Sinister Six. With Sinister Six, you are not trying to just kill the villain. Or what is that? Is this, yeah, it is Sinister Six. Sinister Six from the Mutant Genesis. No, not from Mutant Genesis. From Sinister Motives is the one scenario in Marvel Champions that is not just kill the villain, whereas Lord of the Rings is who knows. It could be anything and everything. And so, yeah. If you're good at deck building, you will love Lord of the Rings and be very good at it. Yeah, I would say that. If you like deck building, Lord of the Rings is very satisfying. If you don't like deck building, don't pick up Lord of the Rings. When's deck building? What's not wins? Okay, so we can knock off this tough start. We can place the stun status card. We won't be able to do anything with the stun. Or we can, because he's steady, so it'd just be half of it. Or we can go ahead and just thwart this down. And that protects us from an advanced draw. Let's go ahead and just attack. So when Iron Fist attacks an enemy, remove 1 Mystic counter, stun that enemy, and deal 1 damage. So that's going to knock off the tough. And then we'll hit for 2. And then we'll place a stun. He's steady, so he's not actually stunned. But whenever we do get through these side schemes, he will be at that point. Iron Fist takes the damage. Cyclops is going to thwart for 2. And we'll stand up. We got a mutant protectors, a ricochet beam. Give me a mutant. Come on, exploit weakness. Come on, give me a mutant. There's Polaris, beautiful, and an energy. Let's go. Let's go. Still pick up Lord of the Rings because it's awesome. Just cheat and get decks. Oh, okay, yeah, that is fair. That is fair. Rings DB has a what at this point 11 years worth of decks on it. So if you are not. If you're interested in the lore, you're interested in the gameplay, but you don't like the deck building process, you can still very much get through and have a good time with Lord of the Rings because of Rings DB. I'll just use Marvel CDB for decks. Yeah. Like the main deck I want to do is Nelson's Iron Man Protection deck. I love that deck. That deck is so much fun. Okay, let's play one here. Magneto is going to attack us for 3 plus a boost. We're going to use a exploit weakness to play Mutant Protectors to put Polaris into play, exhaust it, and declare it the defender of this attack. After Polaris enters play, give an X-Men character a tough status card. We're going to give Polaris a tough status card. So Polaris is the defender of this attack with a tough. So it's going to be 3 plus 2. That's going to knock off the tough, and now we have Polaris on the table. I'm okay with that. Our bad card is going to be Sinyaka. Teamwork Acolyte against Piercing. The player defeated this is stunned. If they're already stunned, they take 3 damage. Yeah. Oh, I have a Ricochet Beam for... Let's go. Okay. So my turn, we'll use energy to play a Ricochet Beam to kill here. We are stunned. We will use Cyclops to go ahead and thwart Sabotage Master Mold, which will pull in Orbital Decay. We're going to hang on to Iron Fist and let him do... Yeah, we're going to hang on to this. Okay, so we'll ready up. I feel like I'm not getting built out, which is a little scary for me. But here we go. We got 2, 4, 5. Tactical Brilliance. Excellent. And a Strength to pay for it. A priority target, a Phoenix, and another Tactical Brilliance. Okay. 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 So we'll place 1 here onto the main. Magneto will attack. We're at 10 health. Health is a resource. 3 plus 2 is 5. Then our bad card is going to be Magnetic Missile Surge. Defeat a Sentinel Minion. Then there is no Sentinel Minion, so it just surges. Just surges. Just surges into Lost Visor. Okay, so as an alter ego action, I have to exhaust and go get my visor back. Okay, so search your hand, deck, discard pile, and play area for Ruby Quartz Visor and place it face down under this card. Cyclops cannot attack. We can exhaust Scott Summers and add Ruby Quartz Visor to your hand and remove Lost Visor from the game. Not the end of the world. Not the end of the world. Okay. So let's go here. Okay. So we got a Strength to play for a Tactical Brilliance. Remove 3 threat from a scheme. That's going to be Orbital Decay. Now Magneto is not steady and he is stunned. Choose a tactic card in your discard pile and add it to your hand. We'll go practice defense. Oh yeah, I did read the comments for the then. That was you? Yes, absolutely. That was huge. That was clutch. Clutch. Is it just me or is Lost Visor not that bad? Especially if Visor is on the bottom of your deck. It is not that bad. At all. Like, you can't attack, but Cyclops does not want to necessarily be attacking. So I'm okay with Lost Visor almost any time of whenever. Ooh, we can get Phoenix onto the table. That's kind of dangerous. Yeah, I mean, I don't see why we wouldn't do that. Let's go ahead and use these 3 to put Phoenix onto the table. After Phoenix enters play, choose a Cyclops card in your discard pile and add it to your hand. So this is an interesting choice, I guess. We could go Ricochet Beam, but we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All of our tactic upgrades are in our discard pile. So I don't know if we want a tactic upgrade. Tactical Brilliance, Ricochet Beam. We could go... No, we can't go Full Blast because we don't have a tactic upgrade. We could just go Priority Target and hope that we flip into a minion. Also, I'm sorry, we need 2 magnet counters. I have not been doing that. Oh shoot. No, we can't play Exploit Weakness because it costs 1. But we can do Practice Defense, I get. Oh no, that doesn't make any sense. Let's go Priority Target. We'll go ahead and thwart 2 off of Asteroid M. We'll swing for 4 with Phoenix and Polaris. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down to 14. We're going to hang on to priority target. And if we draw into it, awesome. So we'll ready up. Draw into an Angel. Give me a Utopia. Rock Slide. Oh, there's Wolverine. The X-Jet. Okay. Place 1 here. Magneto is stunned. So we'll go into encounter phase. Take the topmost magnet card, of course, in the encounter deck. Oh, this actually frees up an ally slot, which is kind of nice. So it's going to be Magnetic Missile. Then he activates against me. So it's going to be 3, 4 plus a boost. Let's go ahead and Polaris is going to go. So it's going to be 3. This attack defeats an ally. Place 1 magnet counter on the main scheme. That's a bummer. So that puts 2 magnet counters there. Polaris dies. We'll discard cards until we get a magnetic card. There goes Shadows. 2 M-types. Magnetic Missile. So we don't have a Sentinel, so this surges into Amelia Vought. Stalwart, Teamwork, Acolyte. The player defeated Amelia Vought is confused. If they are already confused, place 2 threat on the main scheme. Not horrendous. Okay. So first things first, we're going to have Iron Fist attack and stun Magneto. And this is down to 1. Deal 3. 1, 2, 3. Now I wish I didn't have this lost visor. Because if we could priority target, but then we don't have enough money to pay for anything. Or we don't have enough money to pay for an ally to kill, because this would be 2-4 damage with Angel. I think we're gonna hang on to Wolverine. I'm gonna spend our time. Angel, Rock Slide, priority target for an X-Jet. Thwart 2 off the main. Phoenix will attack and deal 2 damage here. I guess, well, Iron Fist could have taken out Amelia, but stunning Magneto, I think, is the priority here. And we'll hang on to Wolverine and hopefully get Wolverine into play next turn. So we'll stand up. Get our protective training for Wolverine. Got tackle. Blindfold. And a genius. Okay, so we can go Wolverine and protective training. Or we could go X-Jet. So many choices. So many choices. We'll throw 1 here on the main. Magneto is stunned. Amelia will hit us for 1 damage. We'll take it. Down to 4. And our bad card is Gang Up. The villain in each minion attacks you. That is not what we wanted, actually. We have been getting rolled on with these encounter cards. So Magneto is going to attack for 3. Phoenix is going to step in and take it. 3 plus 4. Sorry about that, Phoenix. That places a magnet counter, and then Amelia is going to just hit us for 1 again. It's good because I get infinite Velma drinking my glasses. Gene counter 1001. Yes. Yes. Okay. Okay, so improvise, adapt, overcome. So let's go tackle, blindfold, and a genius to play Wolverine. extra to put protective training on Wolverine. Wolverine will attack and kill Amelia. I'm going to flip down to Scott Summers. We will lose the main, and I'm okay with that. Let's heal. 1, 2, 3. We'll recover up to 6. Okay, we'll stand up. Draw 6 cards. Field Commander, Utopia, Colossus, Protective Training, Magic, so 2, 4, 5. Remember that I can draw up to 6, and a Mutant Protectors. Okay. Place 1, Magneto will scheme for 2 plus, a star. Give Magneto a tough start and a face-down boost card. We actually don't lose the main. And that tough does not matter because Wolverine has piercing. Unizone. Oh, wait, hold up. What was the one defeated on this? The player who defeated is confused. Give the villain a tough status card. The villain already has a tough status card. Heal 4 damage from it. Ugh. Okay. So my turn. I'm stunned, confused. I have lost visor. Everything is horrible. We could throw Magic down onto the table and shuffle Unizone back into the deck. And if we do that, we can have Utopia ready somebody. That's not a horrible idea. And then we can go get our visor later. I kind of like that. Rather than having Colossus come in. Yeah, okay, cool. I'm good with that. We don't have any tactic upgrades in here. We can search, but I guess we can search so we know what's coming. We have a tackle, which is excellent. Professor X and a beast. Okay. Okay, so we have a Mutant Protectors in our hand. So if we hang on to Mutant Protectors, we can Mutant Protectors Beast. I think that's probably better. Oh, check this out. Okay, we're going to exhaust to remove Lost Visor from the game. We'll get Ruby Quartz Visor back. We're about to shuffle our deck, so I'm okay throwing that into the discard pile. And we're going to hang on to Mutant Protectors so that we can then Mutant Protectors Beast to grab a resource card. Okay. So now we will flip up to Cyclops. We are stunned, confused, beat down, broken, all of that good stuff. X-Jet and a Field Commander will pay for a Utopia. We'll go Colossus, Protective Training, and a Ruby Quartz Visor to play... Oh, wait, hold up. Oh, I forgot that she had to spend that one resource. I actually don't even remember what was in the deck. But we've seen all of our Mutant Protectors, right? Yeah. Is that worth it? We can kill Unizone anyways. He would heal 4. Still worth to go for it, in your opinion? Go for it as in, like, use the Protective Training to shuffle Unizone back in, or go for it as in, I think it is worth, yeah, it's worth going for it. Yeah. So let's hang on to Protective Training instead of Mutant Protectors. To play Magic. After you play Magic from your hand, spend a mental resource. Shuffle a non-elite minion back into the encounter deck. Okay. Wolverine was supposed to heal. We have a blocker and Iron Fist. We will trigger Utopia to ready Cyclops. Let's go ahead and thwart to remove the confuse. Magic is going to thwart 1, so we don't lose the main off of just placing one. Wolverine will swing for 3 with piercing, so knock this tough off and hit him for 3. 1, 2, 3. Down to 8. Iron Fist is going to be our blocker. We will trigger a magnetic card, but I don't... There's nothing we can really do about that. So let's stand up. And we're going to have another encounter card, too. Down to 8. Oh, so we got Blindfold, Protective Training, Tackle, Beast, and Professor X. Okay. Place 1. Magneto will swing for 3 plus 2 boost cards. Iron Fist is going to block it. It would have been nice to have Iron Fist in that reshuffle, but here we are. So 3, exhaust your identity, and plus 3. So Iron Fist is dead. That places a magnet counter, so we'll have 3. We'll discard cards until we get... You are stunned. Take 1 damage for each magnet counter on the main. I'm already stunned. We take 3 damage. That hurts. Ouch. Now we remove 3. We got 2 cards. We got Acolyte, so each Acolyte minion gains guard. That is a big priority to get rid of right there. Professor X can get rid of that. Because also it has the hazard icon, which is just brutal. And then we've got, oh, the villain's scheming. Okay, so 2 plus 2, so we do pop, which, that's fine. Place 1 magnet counter here. If Sabotage Master Mold is not in the victory display, it is. That's actually not the worst time to pop that. 1 magnet counter. This starts with 1. Okay. I kind of want to get Professor X into play. We can confuse Magneto if that happens, allowing us to roll down safely. We've passed 1 advance. Yeah, just 1 advance. But we'd probably be fine either way. Professor X can take care of the Acolytes by itself. We'll stay up 1 turn to allow Professor X to block for us, putting a 2nd magnet counter there. It is what it is. Wolverine's going to heal. Allows us to ready. We can then clear the stunned. The problem would be is if we draw another one of these electric shocks. We would be fine technically. Also, I think there are only 2 of them, so we've seen both of them. Okay. Could also throw Beast on the table. No, I don't want to throw Beast on. Professor X is the right call here. So let's go ahead and X-Jet, Beast, Blindfold. Yeah. To play Professor X, we're going to confuse Magneto. We will use Professor X to thwart 3 off of the Acolytes. We'll trigger Utopia to ready Cyclops. Let's go ahead and just get this stunned off of us. Use a tackle to throw a protective training on Magic. Then we'll hit Wolverine and Magic. We'll hit Magneto for 5. I'm going to lock in your guesses for the next 2 X-Men bosses, New Mutants and X-Force. Okay? Okay. Do you think we're going to see Apocalypse? coffee is cold. That's very sad. Okay, we'll stand up. Whew. Okay. Draw into 5. So we got priority target. He's at 3, so priority target is in play here for Magneto. Protective training, Colossus. Phoenix too. Another priority target. That's a little sad to see. Go 1 here. Magneto is going to attack for 3. Professor X will step in and take it. So 3 plus 3. There goes under fire. Nice. Magnet counter gets placed. We get 1 card. Metal shards deal 1 damage to each character you control. Oh no. Place 1 magnet counter on the main. Oh, that's actually very dangerous. So Magic takes a hit. Wolverine takes a hit. Cyclops takes a hit. We place a 3rd magnet counter. We discard cards until we get a magnetic card, which I think is probably going to be an attachment. Here's magnetic. When revealed, each player puts the top 6 cards of their deck face down underneath here. When defeated, Magneto activates against the player who discards or who beat this scheme. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's try and discern what is under there real quick. Well, we can't look through our deck, but when we flip down, we can. It comes with an acceleration. Magneto, you must pull an end to this. They could throw Apocalypse into either of those boxes, but whichever box is less, I think we could see Apocalypse as the last one. Then this gets removed. Okay. Wolverine's gonna heal. If we go priority target, we use Optic Blast to hit him for 3. That's gonna push him. So steady toughness. When revealed, deal each player an encounter card. And now he's a 3/3 with 22 health. Let's go ahead and fix that. I'm at 2 health. That's not good at all. Priority target triggers. I get to draw 2 cards. There's a tackle and an angel. Let's go ahead and have Wolverine. This is a little bit dangerous for Wolverine, leaving him with 1 health. But let's go ahead and have Wolverine attack and knock off the tough with his piercing. So down to 19. Oops, 1 too many. Down to 19. Let's use a tackle and a Colossus and X-Jet to play. Actually, first, let's go ahead and thwart 2 off the main. Then we'll use that to play Phoenix, triggering Utopia to ready Cyclops. After she enters play, we get to go choose a... Oh, we don't have very many options. We're going to take the 1 that we can. Then we will toss these 2 to play Angel, because we have 4 ally slots because of Utopia. And this is where we flip down and pray that both of our exploit weaknesses are not in this discard pile. If they are, that makes it a little bit more difficult. But if the exploit weakness, if we can grab an exploit weakness, then we can deal a lot of damage next turn. Let's go ahead and 2, 4, 6 to Magneto. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So down to 13. I was at 19. Let's pass out some consequentials. We're going to flip down to Scott. We're going to heal for 3. 1, 2, 3. Ready up. We'll draw Mutant Protectors. Give me an exploit weakness. Let me see it. Mutant Protectors, Field Commander, Tactical Brilliance, Practice Defense. One more card. Oh my gosh, all the Mutant Protectors. I don't want the Mutant Protectors. I don't need them. We can Tactical Brilliance. And, oh my goodness. Okay, let's see what happens. We got 2 here. Magneto's confused. We got 2 cards to resolve. The first one being Magneto's helmet. Ooh, so now he can't be confused. +1 scheme. And Unizone. Hey, seen her before. Teamwork and toughness. Give the villain a tough status card whenever we defeat her. Okay. Priority target gets discarded. Oh, it's starting to get tense, y'all. It's starting to get tense. Start of the turn, Wolverine's gonna heal 1. Scott is going to use his ability. Give me exploit weakness. Let's go. Here we go. That may be it. 3, 6, 9, 14. That's game. Boom. Boom. She doesn't have guard. We don't have to deal with it. We'll take exploit weakness into our hand. We'll flip up to Cyclops. We're going to toss practice defense for an exploit weakness. Let's go 3, 6, 10, 13, game. Yeah, let's go. Okay, so we got protection out of the way. We got Cyclops out of the way. I say out of the way as if like I don't enjoy playing him, but Cyclops, we got the win with protection. We got the win with Cyclops. So we are at the point. Let's go ahead and do another game. I'm thinking Shadowcat Aggression because we played Phoenix last time. Colossus we've played before on stream against Magneto. So let's go Shadowcat Aggression. I'm going to go to the Be Right Back screen, get a couple of things cleaned up. I'm going to go refill my coffee. I'll see you all in just a few minutes.